Ms. Laura Cozzi, you are Director for Technology, Sustainability and Outlooks at the International Energy Agency. Welcome to Rome, the UNDP Rome Center, right here for the third International Advisory Board meeting of Rest for Africa. I'd love to hear your take on just a few issues. 2022 has been a year of tremendous change. It has impacted, of course, the global energy sector, but also had implications on Africa. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the key observations that you've seen that really stand out for you on Africa?
Thank you, Anna, and it's a great pleasure to be here at Rest for Africa and this fantastic work that you and all the team are doing. Maybe two observations that are in stark contrast among each other. First of all, globally, we've seen a huge increase in investment in clean energy. Solar efficiency, even nuclear came back very strongly, and wind. This is a global picture with, although very concentrated in rich countries and in China. Then we look at Africa, and unfortunately we're seeing taking a different turn, different directions. Over the past 2 decades, we're seeing year after year progress in the number of people that were getting access to electricity, so we were very happy to see this, and this was mostly thanks to renewables. We look at what happened over the past 2 years. Unfortunately, we're seeing the number of people without access to electricity going up. This is not good. And if you look at the root cause of all this, is actually investment flowing to Africa. Instead of going up, it's decreasing. It was accounting for 5% of global investment over the past few years. Last year, we are measuring is only 3%. The continent, the size of Africa, is getting investment as much as Japan. This is not right.
In fact, I mean, it's incredibly important to be pointing this out, that SDG 7, as you say, we're going backwards. In fact, when it comes to the African continent, renewables and energy critically underfunded, where we need to actually be seeing it going most. How do we turn this around? How can we course correct on this? And perhaps looking towards the end of the year, where the world will be gathering at COP28, there's a big expectations in terms of how we set the global tone and for Africa on the energy transition going forward. What would be a hoped outcome for you in that respect?
I think in the book you have you point out to a very startling statistics, which is Africa now has the largest solar potential in the world, 40% of solar potential. Unfortunately, it has only installed the equivalent of what is today in the Netherlands. One of the root causes for this is actually that the cost of capital for attracting investment, especially in renewable technology, including solar, is much, much higher than what we see in the developed world. This has to be fixed. It has to be brought into the COP agenda. It's not about only fulfilling the 100 billion that the developed world needs to bring to the developing world, is also changing the rules of the game and making sure that the debt is not as high as we are seeing it now. So certainly this reform of finance has to be central to make sure that the cheapest form of energy in Africa today, renewables and solar in particular, can really take off in the right way.
Right, that urgent work ahead, a clear agenda as well, especially in the space of financing. Thank you so much for making this point, Ms. Cozzi. Pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you very much.